Hi everybody, welcome back. We're gonna have Kendrick today joining us for our Instagram live interview. Super excited to be talking to Kendrick today. So that's you guys are tuned in for a treat. Thank you for tapping in with us, spending your Wednesday evening with us. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Comment how y'all doing. Y'all staying sane out here. Y'all eating healthy. Y'all exercising. What y'all doing? I feel like it's weird times. It's crazy times. So I'm just curious on. Good. It's good to hear people are doing well. Yes. Amazing. I feel it because every day is like unpredictable. So if you're doing good, 2020 is weird. Man, tell me about it. A lot of things going on. A lot of unexpected things happening. A lot of necessary things are happening too, which I'm here for sure. Let's do that. Post. And then let's see. We're just waiting on Kendrick. Let me pin comment. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's happening. And we're still waiting for Kendrick to join our live. I'm sure he'll be in just a moment. While we wait, I was just leaving his page. Oh, got you. Thank you for the fill-in. Oh, cool, dope. Thank y'all for that. Because I was like, oh, he's supposed to be coming. Thank y'all. Appreciate it for the update. Oh, thank you. That's so kind. Hey, shout out to Kendrick for plugging Preme in. Hey, glad to see y'all here. He's here. We're gonna jump right into this. Hey, how's it going?
What up? I thought I said it right. Okay, so Preme, right?
Yes, it's Preme.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you for joining us. I'm so grateful.
Of
Man,
course, of course. Thanks for having me.
of course. So how are you? How's it going? You just left in front of DA's Jackie Lacey's office.
Yeah, yeah.
What you do every Wednesday.
Every
Appreciate you
Wednesday.
for that. I
Every
appreciate
Wednesday.
Yeah, for sure.
Yelling at the sheriffs, yelling at the at DA Jackie Lacey, Eric
It,
Garcetti.
man, we need that. I think everybody knows like we gotta apply pressure with a capital P.
Yeah, with a capital P,
Okay.
like Preme.
Okay. Constant pressure is so necessary. We appreciate you for doing that as well. So how are you taking care of yourself? I mean, it's quarantine. We're in a movement for Black life.
Right.
We're defunding the police. Like it's a lot going on. On top of just normal day-to-day things, checking on your mom and your family. So how are you taking care of yourself these days?
Yeah. I'm figuring that out. I'm doing my best to nourish myself, eat 3 meals a day. Those are the simple things that people don't think really affect their mental health and their actual physical health. But you know, making sure you have the proper nourishment. I know everybody doesn't have access to the proper nutrition, but as best as you can, have the proper nourishment. Drink plenty of water. It's hot. It's summertime. Drink plenty of water. It's supposed to do it year round, but like especially now, shit. I go to therapy once a week. I need to be better at sleeping, so
Yes.
I'm working on that. And something for me, just because I'm creative. I am a creative. I'm paid to create. That is part of my healing because I'm very passionate about it. So I've been doing creative things, doing my best to participate in creative things, creative conversations, moving my career forward as best as I can in the age of COVID when nobody's working. Um, and finding creative ways to stay creative. And meditation and prayer and all that kind of stuff. So, that's the best. And doing my best to get a little sun because our melanin needs the treatment. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay. I'm vitamin D deficient, so I'm already knowing we need to be out there in the sun for sure.
somebody
For
said that
sure.
my reception is bad. Is my reception bad? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's like kind of
Cutting in and out.
wanna kind of doing a Teddy Riley on me.
Yeah, that's what somebody said. They got a little Teddy Riley effect. Let me see if I mean, all I can really do, they said it's looking super pixelated.
It is.
Um,
You're clearing up a bit though. What we can do, I can join your live maybe. Were you having okay reception on your Instagram live?
I have no idea.
Okay. I mean, I can see you clear now. People are saying you're really blurry. You look fuzzy.
I see. Is it better? He said, "You're not clear at all. It's still not." He said, "The sound is
Oh,
good."
yeah, sound is good. I
All
can
right.
see you, but that's the weird thing. Um, oh, they said looks good now. Yeah, yeah, now it's good. See?
All right. All right.
In
All
there.
right.
They cleared up. For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
So, but yeah, and at the end of the day, when I'm like more than anything, I think the most important thing is to know that it's okay to not be okay. It's okay if you don't achieve your goals. I have to have goals. Goals keep me focused, keep me, striving for something. Being a part of the solution is healing as well. So, but also taxing, tiring. But at the end of the day, if I don't achieve my goals, especially right now, in the age of COVID and the most unexpected, unpredictable year ever in the history of everything. If you don't achieve your goals because of the 5 billion things that can come and knock us out of the blue, it's cool. It's all right to be not okay right now.
Yes.
It's
Major
more
key.
than all right.
For sure. You said that you like to eat. So are you postmating or are you cooking at home?
I am privileged enough to be able to afford an assistant.
Okay.
So most of the time he'll go pick it up, or have it delivered.
Mm.
Uh, I also have a lot of food in the fridge that, can warm up in the oven or put on the stove top or whatever. Don't have a whole lot of time to be cooking and shit,
Yeah.
but a good warm up. I'm pretty damn good at warming up shit.
I mean, that's the only thing that really matters.
Yeah, I'm a professional warmer upper in the oven and on the stove top.
I feel it. I feel it. So during this time, have you picked up any new hobbies or revisited something that you know, buried?
Nah,
No?
I haven't ever really had
Really?
hobbies. I mean, I like playing the piano.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I mean, that's cool. I feel it. Focused. I mean, it's a weird time for us all, and like some sometimes it's good just to be like hyper focused on things that you really care about. So
Yeah, I just, I haven't ever picked one up. Yeah, most of the time, I guess, I guess that's probably what it is. I'm just hyper focused on my stuff, and whenever I'm not doing that, which is rare, because I have my career, which is full time. I have activism, which is full time plus some.
yes.
I have my nonprofit,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have my life, which like trying to take care of myself. So I don't necessarily I haven't, what is, you have a hobby? What's your hobby?
My hobby is reading. I love to read.
Okay.
I picked up so many books during this time, and I'm like, okay, this is something I like to do. Just sit on the patio, read a book, relax. Just a little
Okay. Yeah, no.
bit.
I, I like reading. I'm a very slow reader, so I have not. I read a book for my vacation, and then the year started off with bombs and shit.
Right.
So like literally, and after that, I haven't read nothing.
Yeah, I feel it. I mean, it's been definitely it's like hard to even put to words really this experience. Like I've always tried to be like, it's like how do you just really describe it? No one has ever been through anything like this before.
No, no, it's the year of chaos and confusion. It's the year of unpredictability. It is the year of you don't know what the fuck is about to hit you.
Right.
I give it a different name every day. I'm like 2020, the year of what the fuck just happened. It's like, actually my phone, make sure that it don't die. But yeah, it's just, this year is wild. It is untamed and unpredictable, and we are navigating our way through it. Everybody is. It's I was talking to somebody today, and I was like, it's really funny, but not funny at all, that everybody, you have to really keep in mind that everybody is going through something, right? So we're trying to get things done, even in the liberation movement, you're like trying to get things done, but you have to have extra empathy for everybody, because right now everybody's going through something, but at the same time, you feel conflicted, because you're like, well, shit, I'm going through shit too. It's like everybody going through something, so you ain't got no excuse. But at the same time, you're like, everybody's going through something, so everybody got an excuse. Exactly. So it's just like navigating it is like ups and downs, just like, man, chaotic
for sure. So how are you staying inspired during this time?
Well, I focus on the wins. A lot of people, we're having a lot of wins, and they like to try to frame them as something else, like the benevolence of some oppressor or something like that. Like, oh shit, I can't believe the Redskins owners finally made this concession, or decided to do the right thing. They didn't decide to do the right thing. We fucking won. Indigenous folks campaigned their asses off and utilized this time to target that specific win, or that specific goal, and they won. That's what that was. They would have kept going with that thing. They didn't just decide to do the right thing. They would have kept going with that same name forever. You still got, what, 4 other names with problematic, 4 other teams with problematic, 5 other teams with problematic names. So, it's, when you see things like Mayor Garcetti saying we're going to defund the police by $150 million, which is bullshit. I mean, they still got 3 billion. We want the whole 3 billion, right?
All the
But 150, you know, wasn't a concession. He was gonna raise it by 150 or 200, something like that. Yeah, 200. And he decided, you know, because the decision was forced on him because of the movement, right? So that's a win. Even though it's not all that we want and we still got to fight, that's a win. The students deserve, and BLM LA, Black Lives Matter Los Angeles, fighting together, and winning, you know, 35% of the school police budget being cut is a win. It's not the whole shabam. We got to still work for the rest of it because we want all of that monies, because we don't want to put our money, especially our tax money, in any oppressive system. But that's a win. You know, these Minneapolis choosing to dismantle their police force is wild, and you know, all those are proof that when we fight we win, which is what we keep saying. When we fight we win. When we fight we win. So when it's getting really hard, we focus on those things. We focus on the wins, and we also you know, do our best to stay in community so that we can encourage each other. And even though we are physically distancing, we do not have to necessarily distance ourselves from community. We can actually use this time to strengthen community.
Yes, definitely valid points. And I feel like even media's manipulation of how they share those wins and why it's so important to have indigenous owned media companies and Black owned media companies, so then that way we can tell the truth, you know, and not have this one-sided story. So for sure, I mean, that to me has been more prevalent than ever. Like this, we need it now, you know. So,
Yeah, I mean, you know, and we also have to have the right ideology, right? Like, you know, it ain't just, you know, all skin folk ain't kin folk. Who said that? Audre Lorde? No, Toni Morrison, one of those. I always get it wrong, but you know, all skin folk ain't kin folk. And you know, we do need to make sure we keep in mind the ideology. And then there's like, you know, with media, let's like stop with the bullshit about like unbiased media. What is that? Like, there's no such thing. There's no such thing. Can we just like cut that bullshit?
please.
Like, you are biased. You can't not be biased.
Right.
Like, you know, like you're getting in there and trying to put on this. There's no news outlet that isn't obviously biased. So like, just state that. Like, just put it out there. Like, stop trying to. This is a fair look or whatever. You can do that and still be biased, right? But state your bias. Stop trying to make it look like you're not. And then we can operate from a lens of truth, instead of like trying to create some like, you know, trying to create some facade of what the truth is when you know you biased. It's that is disingenuous.
Yes, exactly. And that's why it's important to do the work that you're doing, because you're making them accountable, you know. And it's just like, hey, we see you. Like,
Right.
this gotta change. This ain't working, you know. So for sure. I mean, even how Juneteenth was celebrated was a win, especially in LA. Because LA last year, I was raised and born in LA last year, Juneteenth, quiet. Maybe here and there, few things, but this year, I was proud. I was like, okay, LA.
Oh, somebody said it was Zora Neale Hurston.
Oh, that said the quote.
Yeah, that was probably right. I think. Let me just see. I'm gonna find out right now. It's 2020. But you know, I grew up on Juneteenth, right? You know, that's a big Texas thing. And when I moved to LA, nobody knew what Juneteenth was. Uh, and so you can't, like, as a matter of fact, we did miss Juneteenth, the movie, and it came out at Sundance. And I'm not gonna lie, Sundance came around and Miss Juneteenth did its thing at Sundance, whatever it had to do, and then I was like, well, nobody like this should come out on Juneteenth, but nobody knows what Juneteenth is, and nobody's gonna know what Juneteenth is. So maybe we can use this to educate folks. But I mean, you know, is it necessary for it to come out in Juneteenth? I guess it has to, but at the same time, ain't nobody gonna see this. Like nobody's gonna know what Juneteenth is. And everybody's gonna be like, what is that? And then it just like, I mean, and I mean 2 months ago, nobody knew what the fuck Juneteenth was. And then all of a sudden, it was the biggest Juneteenth in the history of this country, in the history of Juneteenth as a concept. It was bigger than the 4th of July. Ain't nobody did shit on 4th of July. In the same year, 4th of July was exposed for what the fuck it is.
Okay.
And everybody was like, nah, screw that. I ain't celebrating that. But everybody was on it for Juneteenth.
On it.
You know?
How did you celebrate? I know I saw a few videos of you dancing in LA.
Yeah. So, by the way, it is Zora Neale Hurston. All my skin folk ain't kinfolk. But me, Build Power, Black Lives Matter Los Angeles, Patrice Cullors, Melina Abdullah, and Trap Heels, Damon, Trap Heels. I already told my team at Build Power, I'm like, Juneteenth is going to be the turn up. I don't care if nobody knows what it is. One holiday out of the year is my favorite.
Yes.
Juneteenth. We're going to do something big on Juneteenth. And so we're trying to plan for it. What is the programming going to look like and all that stuff. And then because of everything that was happening, right? And we were so exhausted with, you know, co-organizing these different demonstrations. And of course, Patrice was exhausted. Patrice Cullors from Black Lives Matter, and Melina Abdullah, who founded Black Lives Matter Los Angeles, which is the first chapter, and then Damon, who founded Trap Heels. We all just got together and were like, let's just do something together for us. And we went to Crenshaw Dairy Mart, which Patrice's gallery for Black art. And we had, you know, a brass band, we had food, we had soul food, we had dancing, we had a DJ. And because I said, if nothing else, because we were planning all this other stuff and just things weren't working out, and we were thinking about like doing something. I said no. I was like, no, I want 2 things. I want to eat good and I want to dance. I was like, that's it. That's all y'all got to give me. I want to eat good. I want to dance. And you know, everybody was like, all right, let's do this shit. So we did. We you know, danced all night. And they had a art piece on the roof of Crenshaw Dairy Mart that said BLM in big lights. And so we had like a screen out, and they took a drone and flew it up, and you could see overhead BLM. It was really dope. But we were dancing like second line in.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. I feel like that's what it's all about. Like, honestly, a celebration is needed. Like,
well, you know, that's our joy is our resistance, right? It's part of our resistance. That's part of the resistance. Like the fact that there's so many systems set up to take our joy, systems set up to traumatize us. You know, the fact that we can laugh. I was just talking to somebody yesterday, and I was like, there's no one laughs harder than Black people. No one laughs harder than Black people. Black people break furniture laughing. Like,
Yes.
you know, Black people take off running and sprinting.
Okay.
Nobody laughs harder. But the reason is we have, it's literally that in my mind, is that it's part of our resistance,
Yeah.
right? That's part of our resistance. Like, we have so much to be traumatized and sad about. When we laugh, we enjoy it, we
Yes.
indulge in it, we
Yes.
make it dramatic, and we live it to the fullest.
Exactly.
So, that is something that I'm like, our joy is our resistance. So we had to participate in some joy on Juneteenth and
I love that.
celebrate, abolition and the continued fight for abolition and what our ancestors fought for and us being here. So
I love that. I love that because I was pumped. I was like, yes. I mean, I couldn't make it, but I was like, yes. I was at home watching everybody's Instagram live. I was like, yes, that's what it's about. We out here, like,
and we social distance. We had
yes.
masks on.
Everybody had on masks.
Yeah.
It was amazing just to see because it was just like, okay, like everything's gonna be okay. We still have our joy. We still have our fun. We still have all of that, and it was just such an important moment.
Yeah.
For the city, for Black people, for everybody, honestly.
Yeah, I'm sure Houston turned the fuck up. It would have been nice to be in Houston, but uh, coronavirus.
Exactly.
I was like, I'll stay my ass right here in LA
For sure.
and keep my mask on, and we'll dance with the mask on, apart from each other.
Exactly. For sure, for sure. That has to be the vibe from here on out. Like Juneteenth has to be the turn up from now on. Like
It's always going to be my favorite. It's always going to be my favorite holiday. It's our holiday. That
yeah.
is, matter of fact, Juneteenth and June
Mm-hmm.
as a whole was the blackest month we've had in a long time. It was blacker than Black History Month this year.
For sure. For
That was
sure.
Black Lives Matter month.
Okay, I'm back. Definitely.
Uh-oh.
It definitely was.
Yeah, that was Black Lives Matter month. But yeah, it was, it was necessary and it was tragic, but that's what it was. It was like we needed that relief, and again, nobody gave that to us. People have been fighting for Juneteenth to be a national holiday for a very long time,
Yeah.
and no corporation gave us shit. It was forced. Their hand was forced. They was scared. They was scared. They were like, I don't want my shit to burn down. We got to give them something. Give them this day
Man.
off.
Okay.
Juneteenth. We're like, yeah, you're right. Give us that motherfucking day off. We've been asking for it for a long time. So, again, win.
Yes. Definitely. Definitely.
You know,
Makes it all matter, all count, those wins. Small wins are big wins, at the end of the
yeah, you gotta latch on to what you can.
yeah.
And if we don't, if we try to ignore them, if we can still, we have every right to celebrate during the fight.
Yeah.
You know, we have every right to get some reprieve,
Mm-hmm.
some healing, and still fight at the same time. We don't really have a choice.
Yes.
So
Definitely.
our ancestors did it. I guarantee you Harriet Tubman had some good laughs. I guarantee you Mama Ella Baker
Yeah.
laughs her ass off sometimes. Malcolm X, even, you saw him on TV a lot of times, smiling, laughing as
Mm-hmm.
he was telling these white people, talking about the white devil.
Yeah.
And, he'd have a big old smile plastered across his face. Sometimes that's just what you got to do. You got to get your laughs in when you can.
You do.
Because shit is real.
Definitely. Definitely. For sure. For sure. I mean, and then I watched Miss Juneteenth. It's amazing. I love it. I absolutely love it. I was like, yo, that was like, I just see so much of myself in that film. And I was like, this is how I went into it. I went into it like, okay, this is gonna be Black as I don't know what. It's gonna be, it's gonna be, you know, Black girl joy. It's gonna be everything, you know, everything that I hope for, and it really was that, you know. And I was like, this, they killed it. Like I know, I know why Sundance was like, yo, here's the rewards, y'all deserve it. Like here y'all go. I mean, what
It
was it
was.
like just being around so much Blackness, so much greatness? You love Juneteenth. You're in a film about Miss Juneteenth, the pageantry. Like, what was that like?
Yeah. Well, first, it got its awards actually from South by Southwest, which was moved to online this year. So it was extra special that you know, we went to Sundance, but the awards and the deal for distribution, I believe, came from South by Southwest, which was extra special because South by Southwest is Texas. And so yeah, it was cool. You know, I've been really blessed to I actually was in 3 projects this year by women of color. One Indian woman was the director of Fashionably Yours on Hallmark. And then I had Insecure with Issa Rae and a bunch of black women directors, writers, and Prentice Penny, a black man, and then Shannon Godfrey Peoples, writer and director of Miss Juneteenth. And it's no coincidence, you know, and all of them had black women leads, all of them, all 3 of them. And there's no coincidence in that. I think that is divine, that is supernatural, metaphysical. God is in it. And I was able to be given the platform by black women. I can't say that I owe anything in this period to white folks. For the platform to talk about what I get to talk about, mental health in oppressed communities, especially black folks, and defunding the police, and have my whole cast support and get out in the streets with us. And you know, that's incredible. And then of course, even, you know, the hair and makeup teams were black, and yeah, and that's a huge statement, you know. And so, you know, it's, and then to be a part of a movement led by black women, you know, and black women, black queer women. And so you know, that's my thing. I'm very, I guess we gotta wrap it up. We gotta wrap it up. Oh. Yeah, I think you know, I think it's special and divine and necessary, you know. And everybody doesn't get that privilege.
Yes.
And I'm grateful for that privilege to be able to say that, you know, I worked with all these black people and enjoyed it, and then I was able to utilize it for liberation, because that is not always the case, you know. Even like we said, all skin folk ain't kin folk. So sometimes it's us that we gotta fight against. White supremacy is real. Anti-blackness is real. It's present when no white people are around. You know, so so you know, sometimes we work against ourselves. I still love my people, but it's true. So I got you know, extra layers of blessings from those projects, and I owe a lot to them. So I'm just doing my best to honor them and honor the characters that I got to play. A lot of us know Nathan, you know, that doesn't know how to communicate well, or to his best, but he's trying and he's doing his best to navigate. Same thing with the character that I played in Miss Juneteenth. I can't remember his name. But whatever his name was, Ronnie. Ronnie was his name. Ronnie. Yeah. Everybody knows a Ronnie. Ronnie always misses the mark. Ronnie is really fun to be around, like, you know, loves hard, and then you sometimes you got to help Ronnie clean up his mess. And with all of those, you know, we got uh, with all of those, we have to keep in mind all of the um, layers of oppression and all of the systems that were built to target them, and have empathy on them and understand them in that way. That doesn't mean that we have to take on all their shit in real life, right? In real life doesn't mean we have to like subject ourselves to whatever the putting on us. But you know, we have to navigate it with empathy and know that we got to help each other out. We got to be there for each other or lead each other to the right help, and then remove ourselves from the situation, and, you know, enabling each other or anything like that. But, you know, sometimes I see that with buddies of mine, I have to be like, you know what? I love you. And because I love you, I'm going to lead you to the right help. I am not equipped to do that. But you know, whatever I can do, I will. But I'm not going to continue to enable you. Others, you have to be like, look at what's the blocking communication, you know, and really understand who they are and where that lack of communication or struggle to communicate comes from, and be open to those conversations, those hard conversations, and not, you know, maybe not dismiss folks, right? You know, and do our best every day, no matter what we're doing, to find our um, to find our path and role in liberation, and to fight for people to have the resources, especially mental health. That's my thing, you know, especially mental health. We have to work to make sure everybody has the mental health resources that we need. And one way we can do that is to continue this movement to defund the police and make sure that we move those resources, all of them, all of the resources, out of policing and into systems of care, community care, and mental health infrastructure. We could do it many other ways too, but on buildpower.com, on our website, bldpwr.com, there are mental health resources if you click the mental health tab, and we can help each other. And there are also phone numbers in there just in case you need to call somebody because you see a homeless person or whatever, and they might be high or they might be experiencing a mental health episode. There's a lot of alternatives to calling the police on there. I've also posted some of them on my IG. So, you know, look for those resources because we need to find a lot of alternatives